What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Voice of Reason. It's been a long week in the news. Lots of tragedies have happened. Trump administration is, of course, blaming Joe Biden once again for the tragic D.C. shooting that took the life of one National Guards member, and I believe the other one is still in pretty critical condition. I haven't really looked at the update on that one, but
Well,
yeah,
because
so
that
one
one's not
person has
politically
died.
convenient, so it's not as easy, is not as widely reported on.
Right. And we're not going to get into conspiracies because a lot of people are saying, oh, this is a false flag operation. But we are going to say some shit that just don't make sense. I will point that out.
There's a difference between things not lining up to the
Right.
narrative and a conspiracy theory.
Right. See, the
We like to
reason,
make that distinction.
right. See, now I look at the situation, but like you guys do, is, in as much detail as possible. But I like to look at the reaction of the people in charge. And their reactions have constantly been immediately blame Democrats. It's their MO, and it bothers me that they use every single tragic opportunity to immediately blame the left, almost as if
Well,
it's scripted that way.
and they
It's
don't have
insane.
policy to fall back on, so all they have is manufacturing blame. Now,
Right,
where that manufacturing level gets to, that's where you border on conspiracy. So,
right. Yeah, and unfortunately, everything that comes out of the White House is complete horseshit. There is hardly a shred of truth that comes out of this administration. It is truly mind numbing the amount of
you
bullshit
know,
propaganda. Like the stupid stuff they say. It's like, how does anybody even
what
believe this stuff?
what's funny is for years everyone agreed that most everything the government told you was bullshit, okay, and we all
Right.
laughed about it. Now the right, the side that said that the government was lying to you the most, they're the ones that believe the most lying administration of all time.
Right. That's the craziest part. So we're going to talk about what happened in DC and the Trump administration's response, which has been nothing short
Abysmal.
of
Well, don't
horrible.
forget they are capable of manufacturing a response when they want to, like when they put the flags at half staff for Charlie fucking Kirk, but not
Right.
a National Guard member. So
Right.
that's weird. That's a little
I agree with
strange.
that. That kind of has me a little pissed off too. We're also going to talk about how New York City protesters are not putting up with ICE anymore. They are pissed off. We have a really weird video of Laura Loomer,
Oh,
which what looks like she's trying to get laid, and the guy has obviously zero interest in her. But this is the conversations these people have behind the scenes are like, what the fuck? People actually think and talk like this, talk like
yes.
you have, oh, so you look like you have such Aryan bloodline, blah, blah. Like you, what the fuck? These people are insane. And Laura
It's
Loomer
creepy.
is truly one of the nuttiest people I have ever seen in
How
my
about
entire life.
this? Nowadays, she makes Marjorie Taylor Greene look completely sane.
She really does. She really does. So what's up,
That's just
everybody?
weird.
I see Jeanette's in here, Pamela, Amanda. What's up? Everybody's joining the party. So we're also
Nice.
going to talk, yeah, the fire in China that has claimed several lives and fucked up a lot of buildings. Oh my God, that spread like crazy.
And
Um,
guess what? They took man. I'm not gonna sit here and be called an amazing, huge China supporter because they have their own share of horrible shit they do.
yeah, well, yeah,
But I got to tell you, they hold people accountable really quick,
they do. They don't.
really
Yeah,
quick.
they really do. First, let's start off with some fun stuff here. I want to ask a question to everybody. Is he dead in this picture?
He might be. I think they
I
forgot
feel
to plug
like
in the charger.
this is a picture you like. This is what happened. Like you walk into a nursing home, you know what I mean? All the residents are out for lunch, and then you got this old guy just fucking passed out on the side. Like seriously, dude, he is comatose. That is Jesus Christ.
I mean, I guess he didn't get his dose of amphetamines this morning.
Yeah, and they talk about how virile and how much stamina he has. Yep,
It's
stamina,
funny.
guys.
It's funny. No,
Stamina.
think about it. It makes sense because the right image of
So
what a
good.
man is so contrived. It's
Right.
so old school cowboy imagery bullshit
Yeah.
There's no
Wait till
substance to it. And now you look at Donald Trump, and there's no substance to this guy. He is just a blob of uninterested shit.
wait till you
is
see
all
the
he
video
is.
tomorrow I have saved for me and James on the Derp State. It's Stephen Miller's wife talking about him, and it is the weirdest shit ever. I forget what she calls him. She's like basically calling him a sexual god. And it's like
Oh,
what? And this is
oh,
on the news. All right.
no.
So anyway, also good news. Donald Trump has decided to take 700% off of drug
Come
prices,
on.
which would make them less than free.
So if you need your prescription under Donald Trump's 2-week away healthcare plan, you can go to the pharmacy and say, "Hey, I have a prescription for my whatever blopamine." And when they fill it and hand you the medicine, they are going to give you about $500 in cash.
No shit. Maybe this is his healthcare plan, and we'll just get money back every time we buy drugs.
Well, I guess he has all this money from the tariffs,
All right,
so he's got to find a way to give it to people.
let's read this real quick.
Read this thing.
Because I have invoked favored nation status, whatever the fuck that is, for the United States of America, drug prices are falling at levels never seen before. Obviously, because these are all made up numbers. 5, 6, and 700%. And more. No other president has been able to do this. No shit.
Well, he's right about that.
He is, because it's literally mathematically impossible. This is also the answer to much less expensive and far better health care, in all capital letters.
I'd scream it.
What? Bro, this guy's brain is cooked. How do you not know that that's
Well,
not-
there's no wonder how he bankrupt a casino.
no shit, right? Two, actually.
Like that's
crazy.
that should have
right?
been. By the way, I'm just going to go back in time a little bit. That should have been disqualifying. If you bankrupt a casino, you are incompetent beyond reason.
Yeah, you have the ability to basically print money.
My
You know what I'm
God,
saying? That's literally a cash machine. You can
jeez.
launder all the dirty money you want, and he fucked that up. Amazing. So, all right. So, another thing before we get into some of the topics here, you guys remember the outrage I had over Donald Trump using Halo in reference to joining ICE. Okay, I really, really was annoyed with this,
Halo is very close to my
Extremely-
heart.
bro. Master Chief is like iconic in
Yep.
my life. In my god,
I know.
I'm such a gamer, and Master Chief is one of those characters.
Halo has been a staple in my best friends and I's lives. Like we used to go to all the midnight releases.
That's what
We
me
used
too.
to beat that game that night. We'd get it home and we would beat the shit out of that game. And
Yeah,
we played
'cause
it
it was-
religiously.
It was one of the last games you could sit down and play split screen with
Yeah,
like 3 of
yep.
your homies. You know what I
Yep.
mean? That
Hell
was
yeah.
one of the best times I've ever had. We're just hitting around, sitting around getting
Yep.
stoned and fucking playing Halo. So anyway, the devs responded, and thank you for doing this for me, because this made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. This is from the current developers of Halo. I think it's what is it, 343 Industries or
Yeah, I think so. I
can't
forget,
remember.
but I think so.
Using a Halo's imagery in a call to destroy people because of their immigration status goes way too far and ought to offend every Halo fan. Thank you very much for saying that, regardless of political orientation. I personally find it despicable. The Flood are evil space zombies, parasites, and not an allegory of any group of people. Chief designer Jamie.
You know
Griesemer?
what's interesting? That description of the Flood, we don't have to get into Halo lore, but for those of you who don't know, the Flood is a space-borne parasite, if you will,
Right.
that falls on planets and engulfs them.
Mhm.
And whoever used those images for the White House, for Donald Trump, knew exactly what they were using that imagery for. And that makes it even
Right.
more despicable.
And that wasn't like a meme that somebody posted. That was literally from the White House's, I think,
Yes.
Facebook page, and
Yes.
one of the other
Come
ones
on.
from Twitter. On DHS's, and now we found out the Department of Homeland Security's Twitter feed has been run by Israel the entire time. It's like, what the fuck? I've honestly, I've said on this show, the Department of Homeland Security's Twitter feed is one of the most racist places on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Post pictures of like white families with captions like "We can go back" and shit. Like, it is truly disturbing. Posting terms like "remigrate," which is just a white nationalist term used in reference to ethnic cleansing, and that's being run by the country that we're not supposed to name, because if we do, we're the bad guys and
Yeah.
we're anti-Semitic, and our videos get no views. It's right. It's maddening, though. It's maddening. But yeah, that was an epic fail on Twitter's part by letting people see where all the accounts come from. All the MAGA accounts were like
yeah.
Nigeria, India. It was like this really pretty blonde lady as the profile pic, and it was straight up in Nigeria, bro. I was like, oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Okay. Anyway, thank you from the show here to the developers of
Yeah,
Halo
seriously.
for putting that out. Thank you so much. That made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. All right, so let's talk about New York City, because it seems to be happening right now. Maybe our next place of focus. I think Mike and I have done all we can so far in DC. They've got it pretty much covered down there now, and I think we can start to try and maybe go to different places and broadcast from different places as well.
I mean, I think we should look at New York City, Philly, stuff like that.
Yeah, New Jersey, Atlantic City is an option too. So yeah, I think we're going to be doing some big stuff next year. Hopefully.
Maybe we go up northeast, go to like a Rhode Island protest.
I mean, we've made 7 trips to DC this year, 4 to the Veterans Sit-In. You know what I mean? I think we've done all that we possibly can.
Let's cover something different
to help. Yeah, so we're going to expand a little bit hopefully this year. I'd like to make it out to LA eventually with James. That would be dope as
That would be pretty awesome.
Right? So, all right, anyway, let's we could talk over this. I'll turn the volume down. This is
And look who's helping them, by the way. NYPD is more than happy to help.
And just so you know what's going on in this video, ICE was basically held hostage in their facility for over 2 hours by unarmed protesters. And finally, the cops went out and literally started shoving people out of the way. I believe tear gas was used, or at least pepper spray. Because at the end of the video, you'll see some people.
So what you have here is the NYPD helping ICE do what ICE does, and a community doing whatever it can do non-violently to push back. And the NYPD are the ones that broke the line. The NYPD are the scabs in this community.
Yep. Mayor Mamdani might want to do something about this.
Well, once he has control over the city, I don't think you're going to see NYPD supporting ICE as much.
Right. When does he get sworn in?
That I don't know. I'll look that up while we're talking.
Yeah, I honestly don't know that. We have to check that out. But no, these are just unarmed people saying we're fucking done with this. And this is what we need. Chaos, disruption. I'm sorry. These people have put us through fucking hell for the last decade. You know what I mean? This is what we need. People in the streets. It doesn't take a lot of people. We don't have to mass protest every single time. You know what I'm saying? I've literally seen 6 people with megaphones and speakers outside just making tons of noise. You don't need thousands of people to organize to cause a bunch of ruckus.
What you need to do is disrupt and bring attention to. That could be done with 1 person or 1,000 people or 10,000 people. If you're clever and you're nonviolent, see, that's the key. The violence is the easy way. You're going to get the attention. That attention's going to get turned against the movement, and it's going to be detrimental to the movement. But if you do it in a way that is nonviolent, look, they were spraying protesters and they sprayed themselves.
I know
that's what the fuck just happened there.
I love her at the end. She's watering her eyes, but still takes the time to flip off the camera.
Mamdani gets sworn in January 1st, 2026.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so 30 more days. Watch the girl at the end. This is so good. She's like, fuck you. It's so great. That's so great. But no, people are done with it, man. Yeah. And again, you know, I mean, everybody's like, when's the next big protest? Every day. Every day. We don't need permits and shit to organize in the streets.
Ooh,
like,
Addison's
hang out.
today.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go out and start shit, but it doesn't take a whole bunch of... we don't need big permits and stages and sound equipment and all that stuff to make a bunch
You need
of
those too, but you do more if it's almost like a peaceful insurgency.
Yeah.
If you treat it like a guerrilla war and you have little moments of interruption, little moments of attention, you know, little disruptions can cause massive blowback.
Right.
When you think that the people that are perpetrating these crimes, if you will, the NYPD, ICE, whatever, they think they have the upper hand, that it's going to be easy for them. They're not planning on a couple of people, 2 people standing in front of the truck. Then they got to get out. The cops got to get out and physically move those people. That's what you want to see. That's the disruption that has far-reaching implications.
Right. And don't put yourself in any more risk than you're willing to handle. I've had this conversation with Mike several times when shit keeps escalating. I'll tell Mike straight up, like, look, I'm in it, but I'm not speaking for you. And everybody needs to make a decision how far you're willing to go with this. You know what I'm saying? And again, I am not talking about violence. I am talking about standing up for other people that can't stand up for themselves. You know what I mean? Some of us want to be in the streets. Some people can't be in the streets. You know what I mean? Mike and I want to be in the streets on behalf of the people that cannot be in the streets.
Speaking of being in the streets, it was awesome to finally meet Addison and her family in person.
Yeah. How the hell are you so tall? If that's the fun, you know what? That's the one thing about meeting people in real life that you meet on the internet is you never know how tall they are. I've met people in my mind that are so short, and I meet them and they're like 6'2". I'm like, it takes my brain a minute to compute it. Addison, you're what, 12 now? And you're as tall as I am almost. I was not expecting to see somebody my height walking up like, what's up? I was like, who are you? I was expecting, like little Addison.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a ton of time to be able to hang out and talk.
It was so crazy. It was so crazy.
But that said, it was great to finally be like, oh, real humans.
I know. I'm sorry we couldn't have hung out with you. We would love to hang out with you guys in DC. It was just such a chaotic weekend. It was one of the best weekends of my life, though.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Let's see. What does she have today? What have Trump and his administration done since someone who worked for the United States turned on a plate? A CIA agent? Why?
Yeah, we'll be talking about that here in a second. Real quick, because we're gonna get into that because man, it just gets weirder and weirder. None of it makes any sense. All right. So anyway, now we wanted to show you, though, that people are resisting against ICE. ICE, they're a bunch of fucking cowards. We all know that. They want to play tough. Some of them, I believe, want to shoot people. Some, I believe, truly are just that evil.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are like internet tough guys. They get the dress, they get to be anonymous, so they don't have to, suffer consequences for their actions. But
they get to wear their Punisher masks, like they don't even understand what the Punisher is about. But that's another
right, exactly. The irony of that's amazing. But I don't believe that a lot of these people have the balls to literally pull the trigger on somebody.
I thought you were going to say, I don't think these people have the ability to read.
Well, no, that too. I don't believe that's even a requirement to get.
No, but I think it's armchair quarterback. It's internet anonymity where you can say whatever you want. But when it comes down to it, there are a bunch of them that are more than happy to shoot other human beings.
I agree.
And there are a lot of them that would never have the balls to do it. Not that I have the balls that I think to do it. I'm not saying it's a good thing to have the balls to be able to shoot someone. I'm just saying if you're going to talk the talk and not walk the walk, shut the fuck up in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. We may not. All right. Damn, we're already at 20 minutes. All right, fuck it. Let's go talk about China. We're going to get into the whole what the hell's going on in D.C. because, again, none of it makes any sense. But here, China, apparently, this was arson, I believe. They caught the guys.
It turned out to be arson?
Oh, was it arson or was it accidental?
No, well, right now, what I have, the latest that I have is that they think it was poorly constructed renovation materials.
Well, that could be it. And I just noticed that their scaffolding is made of bamboo.
Well, yeah. So do you want to show some stuff first, or do you want me to read the findings?
Here, I'll show you the video. The video is fucking crazy. And then you can talk about the findings.
Apparently, it was jumping from building to building due to subpar used renovation materials.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, bamboo scaffolding.
I can't, but it works, but I can't imagine it's good.
Yes, it works. How about this? Asbestos works really well too.
True, very true. Not good in fire.
Lead makes a hell of a paint, doesn't it? But
it does. Yeah. Just don't eat it. Yeah, all right, you're good. All right, here we go. Don't eat. I think that's the problem. I think back it just was the kids that ate lead paint chips.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat paint chips. You're supposed to eat pork rinds. Those are different.
Right.
Different.
All right. Well, anyway, here's in the fire. It's actually really crazy. I think it took like 5 out of 7 buildings out.
Yeah, it was
If
like
I'm not
burning for
mistaken.
over 24 hours. You could even see
you
it's all
even-
bamboon fucking scaffolding. I get
a
it,
giant
it's
timber
cheap and
box.
strong, but it's, yeah, you're surrounding a building in a giant tinderbox. Oh my god.
And any one of those embers could start another fire somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh
That's the
my
crazy
god. Yeah, those embers are like the size of cars.
part. This shit is wild, man. A lot of people did die though. There's been a lot of deaths.
Well, early on it was like 44 confirmed, 280 like unconfirmed, but then later it was like, I mean, they're not unconfirmed. They're obviously dead.
Right. Yeah, there's no way some people could have escaped
So-
all of that.
Hong Kong police on Thursday arrested 3 people from the company responsible for renovation works at the Tai Po building where a massive fire broke out on suspicion of manslaughter.
Damn.
All 3 are understood to be associated with Prestige Construction and Engineering Company Limited. Police seized computers, documents, and other evidence. Preliminary police investigation found that some of the exterior wall materials at Wang Fu Court are suspected of failing to meet safety
Sorry.
standards. Yeah, I know. There were also foam. There was also foam ceiling outside some lift lobby windows. Police believe these factors caused the fire to spread rapidly. That's what I got the latest. I don't know what else there is.
The Wang fuck court. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm so immature.
For those of you that may have missed what Jeremy is choking on,
Jesus Christ.
yes, Wang Fuk Court could be pronounced differently.
It could. The Wang fuck court. All right.
I'm gonna delete that so I don't put that back up again.
Yeah,
All right.
because that was, I could hold that in. I'm sorry. That's great. I was
No, but I mean, this is the thing. It's weird because I don't know anything about Chinese legal safety standards, but
Mhm.
clearly they're moving to hold people accountable. Where in this country, they'd be like, I don't know, it was probably an immigrant that did it. Yeah, immigrants did it.
weird. They always want to have a scapegoat. So, all right, let's talk about. Well, we can talk about the fact that we're about to go to war with Venezuela over oil. Again, has nothing to do with drugs. Nothing to do with drugs whatsoever, bro.
Oh,
That's
and he's
crazy.
making it easy to prove too that it's nothing to do with drugs.
Like, we have the most advanced military and highly trained military in the world. You mean to tell me that we couldn't send a SEAL team to surround one of the boats with like 2 people in it and seize the boat and the contents of the boat and show the American people, like, look, drugs. No, they're not even doing that. They're just bombing the shit out of
Well,
them.
the
PX
report-
us, like, make sure you murder all the ones.
Yeah,
that
the report
survive.
is that we did have SEAL Team 6 go out there. Their initial strike left people alive, and then they ordered them to kill them. That's a war
That's
crime.
crazy. Yeah, they're actually committing murder.
But if you want to know about the problem is that they're trying to pretend that this has anything to do with drugs, anything to do with
Nothing.
keep America safe. But if you want to know what the real opinion is that Donald Trump has on drugs, to recap, Trump pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted of receiving millions in bribes and partnering with cocaine traffickers to flood the American streets with drugs. But to protect
Mhm.
American streets from being flooded with drugs, he has to mass murder innocent fishermen with impunity. In other words, Trump says every drug boat, this is something he said, equals 25,000 American lives saved. Now, we know Donald Trump doesn't know how to do math, and he makes up
Right.
numbers all the
Right.
time. So, if that's true that this guy trafficked 400 tons of cocaine, which is true, the equivalent of 200 drug boats. By Trump's own formula, he just pardoned a man who killed 5 million Americans.
Mhm. Yeah.
And this user on Instagram put it very clearly. Trump is starting a war with Venezuela over a drug cartel that doesn't exist to install a right-wing puppet president who would sell the largest known oil reserves on earth to ExxonMobil. And
Mhm.
we all need to take it more seriously.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
all it's
what's
about.
happening. The No New Wars president is
Yep.
going to do the thing that every other president does, which is do a war without calling it a war. Because
Mhm.
this is another aspect of the Donald Trump is different. He's not an establishment politician. Bullshit. Every other president that we've had, probably forever, has
Mhm.
started wars or perpetrated wars that weren't wars.
Right.
Donald Trump is doing what other regime change presidents have done. All right. Obama did it. Biden, I'm sure, did it. And we don't even know who it was. The Bushes did it. Bill Clinton did it. They all do it. So
Mhm.
Donald Trump is, whether he's starting a land war or not, that is going to keep us occupying a region for a long time. Okay, maybe he isn't, because when you install a puppet government, you don't need to occupy them.
Mhm.
Okay, like we did in Afghanistan. He's going to go in there and hand over the country to oil companies. That's what
Right.
he's doing.
Right,
But
that's the plan.
that's okay. That's America first. So I guess it's okay for MAGA.
Right. And our son, America's sons and daughters are going to be the ones that have to pay with their lives.
Well, one of them
because
already did.
of
One of them
greedy-
already did for his
Yeah.
big show.
Yeah, and on American soil, no less. So we got a couple minutes before the second half of the show, which we'll begin talking about how they're trying to blame Joe Biden for this recent event in D.C. But I want to really show you guys this Laura Loomer video that we can talk about and laugh, because if this is how they talk, like, she's crazy on camera, but this is like her talking behind the scenes to somebody else having a conversation. And the shit
This is her trying to attract a mate.
Right, she's trying to get
Think
laid,
about
is what
this.
it looks like to me. She's got her hand on this guy. He's obviously uncomfortable with her, but this has to be a while ago, because this is human Laura Loomer face. This is pre-plastic surgery Laura Loomer. So I don't know when this was. Has to be a while ago, but here we go.
Your eyes look so good. You're like beautiful.
Thank you.
You're like an Aryan degenerate goddess.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
An Aryan degenerate god.
You're Aryan too.
What does that
I know,
even
but I'm
mean?
Jewish.
It's okay.
Because you're such a cutie.
Don't mess my hair. God damn it. Fix it. Fix my hair. Did you fix it?
I did.
First of all, how
But,
drunk
like, that
or high
picture
is she?
you posted on Instagram recently when you got like reinstated on Facebook was so hot. Like,
Look, she
seriously.
just has her
You-
hand
wait.
on
Your
Getting
skin, like,
reinstated on Facebook is so hot. Did
That's
she
what
say
turns
that?
her on.
Come on.
What the fuck is this conversation?
It's fun.
The alt-right people want to put me in a gas chamber because they're obsessed with the Jews.
I don't.
The
I think they're
Jews.
just memeing on you, but it's
I
okay.
know. But
It's
it's
all
okay.
right.
I don't care.
I
love
think
it.
they're just
I feel like
memeing
that
on you.
sometimes.
I know. They're just jealous because I have big tits and an Ashkenazi IQ.
Big
Oh.
tits and an Ashkenazi IQ. Excuse my language, but what the fuck
Ugh.
is my dog barking at now? But anyway,
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You got it.
Anyway, next time you're in New York, let me know. We'll hang out. Bring your girlfriend to New York sometime. We'll
Lori
all
says
hang out.
pick
We'll go to,
me
like, really
energy.
cool
That's
restaurants and
perfect.
hang out and have a blast. It's
Yes,
gonna be so
I will
much
bring
fun.
my girlfriend.
Yeah, I want to meet.
oh my god,
I will
he's
bring
just
my
straight up-
girlfriend.
He is like,
You guys are so sweet. I hope it works out. Because,
I'm
like,
literally surprised. It's not like I'm gay.
I know
Look
it's
at the
all
guy in the
that, but I know
background.
everything you
Oh
do
my
is
god,
like-
watch the guy in the background. Watch the guy in the background.
Yes, you'll meet her.
You guys are so
Watch
sweet.
his face.
I hope it works out because, like I said, I know you on Twitter is like so fake and not real, but
Yeah,
like
it's all fake.
it's so
Oh
sweet that
my
you feel
God.
like
Oh
if your
my
girlfriend's been together for
god.
3 years. I
You
love
can
it.
tell
I know,
this is
it's
so
so
awkward
many-
for
Do you know,
everybody
Do you know,
involved
Do you
here.
know something? Like, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Like, do you know so many people in this movement who preach trad life are like fucking people on the side and like cheating
Trad
on their
wife.
partners? Like,
That's so
like
bad.
they're not even like really trad
Such-
life.
such
Like,
scum.
like my
Oh my
ex was, like,
God,
dating
man,
someone
I
who
would
was,
feel-
super
Yo, she-
trad life,
like,
and
she
he was, like,
is-
fucking my boyfriend while we were dating and like ruined
I
our
couldn't
relationship.
do it. I'd be like, lady, you are invading my personal bubble. Get the fuck away from me. Like, why would that's uncomfortable, man. Uncomfortable as hell. But that's how they talk behind the scenes.
You're such an Aryan god. It's a shame that I have big tits and I have a Jewish nose, because that's what she was saying.
That's crazy work right there. But that is one of the Donald Trump listens to that lady. He has hired and fired people based on her opinions, which is insane because she's legitimately a crazy person.
Yeah, she's nuts.
I mean, if you get banned from like Uber and DoorDash, something's wrong with you. I think I can't remember which one it was. She's
That's
literally banned
actually
from,
impressive.
Like, Uber.
That's
Yeah, and
impressive.
Lyft, I think, for being a racist piece of shit. That's
That's
incredible,
amazing.
right? Isn't that incredible? So,
So
all
this
right,
way she could go back to taking cabs and being a racist piece of shit to cabbies.
yeah, exactly. So, all right, we're not going to talk about that Genesis mission stuff tonight. I want to
All
look
right.
more into it because we got plenty of videos to talk about here. So let's talk about DC and what happened there, because because again, none of it makes any sense. So apparently, they claim it was an ambush, and Mike and I were 2 blocks away, if not on the same block as where this happened, just days before, which is crazy. And they're claiming it was an ambush, solo shooter. They don't really say what the motive was, but he's an Afghan
Which
national.
they would love to say if there was a motive. Boy, would they love to say.
Right. But the problem with this whole situation is the Afghan national they're claiming did this was trained by the CIA and worked with the United States troops in Afghanistan,
Yep.
which is,
So
you know,
if people forgot, and it's understandable, I didn't remember a lot of this. A Lindsey Graham co-sponsored bill basically went through Congress and the Senate to have the Afghans that helped us during our time occupying their country. They couldn't stay there because once we left, we knew the Taliban would just take over again and kill them all for being, traitors, I guess. So we wanted to make sure that we brought them here because they had no other choice. If we just left them there, they'd be slaughtered.
right.
So
exactly.
a bipartisan effort was put forth to bring them here, relocate them, and give them lives in the United States. That is a long process. It passed under Trump. Then Biden took over, did the pullout, which was already negotiated by Trump 1, by the way, in
Right.
case people forget that.
He did it out of spite.
So then they got the preliminary vetting done under Biden. And then when Trump took over, instead of, keep in mind, re-evaluating the information for their own benefit, because the Trump administration blames the Biden administration for everything, yet they didn't redo the vetting process of the Afghanis. They let them in. They went, okay, they were vetted under Biden, we're going to fast track it, boom. So they were vetted under Biden, not re-vetted by Trump, and they were approved by Trump to be in the country. Now, I'm just playing this game because they want to play this game. Okay, the fact of the matter is we're never going to know what happened. We're only going to get bits and pieces, and we're going to do the best to piece together what we can. But the fact of the matter is they're trying to make this a Biden issue when it was clearly a Trump issue.
Right. He got approved for asylum this year.
So if you want to play that game, Trump administration, we could play that game.
Right, exactly. Now, here's the kicker, though. Allegedly, this man was part of something called Zero Unit. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Which apparently was a CIA-trained, led, funded assassination group in Afghanistan. They did, allegedly, the nasty, dirty shit, including killing women and children. This is documented. This is not conspiracy theory. That the United States didn't want their hands dirty. They would send in Zero Unit people, which were all Afghan nationals. And apparently,
meaning they were not subject to war crimes.
Right.
Because
so we told these people, hey, look, you do this dirty shit for us, and we'll then take your family and you and protect you and bring you over to the United States. Now, the problem I'm having and finding out is we just took them and dumped them, literally dumped them in the United States.
We trained CIA-trained assassins. Thousands of them that did the worst work, which means, by the way, you are either really into being a soldier or you are a complete sociopath if you're able to do what that unit has done.
It's horrifying if you want to look it up.
They're the cleanup crew. They're the ones that go through and go, wow, you're still alive. Bam. Oh, you're still alive. Bam.
Yeah, they're like the ones when you want to take a target out, but the family's home.
You just take out the whole family.
Right. You send them in, and then the United States keeps their hands clean. Well, we took them and said, all right, we're going to take care of you guys, but then we didn't take care of them. We brought them into a foreign country that they knew nothing about and just said, all right, later, peace. And, but again, that could have been a motive. They're just tired of how they've been treated. But still at the same time, in my brain, I'm like, why would this guy wait years with no incidents whatsoever? Wait until he gets approved for asylum. Like, this guy escaped the Taliban. If had he stayed in Afghanistan, he would have been hunted and murdered. His whole family would have been wiped out. His whole lineage would have been wiped out had he stayed because of what he did to help the American people. So why would this guy come all the way over here, wait until he gets approved for asylum, and then just a few months later say, fuck it, you know what I mean, and just all of a sudden shoot American troops? Again, he was helping American troops originally. So it's just, again, none of it makes sense. I'm not going down any conspiracy theory roads, but I'm just pointing out facts. I also want to point out, though, maybe this is a little bit conspiratorial. Judge tells Donald Trump, okay, there's been months of no incidents whatsoever with the D.C. troops. Months. I've watched it personally. Nothing's happened. Judge tells Donald Trump it's illegal for you to keep these troops here, but I'm going to give you a little bit of time to prove to me why you need the troops here. Then, all of a sudden, there's a shooting specifically against the National Guard, specifically in Washington, D.C. These are the things that fucking bother me.
Well, how about this? We know that a lot of the National Guard feel that I don't know that they feel necessarily disrespected. I can't speak on
They
that,
do.
but we've seen National Guard members talking about how they feel like they're literally on cleanup duty. They're just picking up trash. They're not
she actually
doing
told her loved ones
anything.
back home that she thought this was a complete waste of
There's
time.
video of her boyfriend talking, saying she felt like she was being used as a prop by the president and not serving any purpose there.
That is exactly what I said before. The military is just being used props in Donald Trump's fascist reality TV show.
Well, let's face it, he has no respect for the military. We know that. That's documented. I'm not
Fuck
going to
no.
go into it. So he certainly has no reservations about using them as props. And now he can't even see, this is again, he can't crime well and he can't even play the game well, because if ever there was a time to stage a national mourning event, this was it. But nope. Couldn't even do it. Think about this. He had it handed to him on a silver platter for Thanksgiving. He could have made this the biggest national mourning event in decades. He didn't
I have
do
the
it.
videos of him, how he reacted when they asked about it. If he's going to the funeral, he's like, eh.
Oh, that's my favorite response. Makes me want to fucking shit on him.
All right. Now, the reason I don't know, maybe speculate a lot these days is ever since Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Butler, Pennsylvania, every time something like this happens, and I also find it kind of ironic that it had to be somebody from Afghanistan in a time when Israel is really, really losing public support. Truly, losing public support. People are really, really backing off. That they just all of a sudden were ramping up the Islamophobia like it's post 9/11 again. This shit bothers me. But the reason, and this is real, what I'm going to show you guys. Okay, I saw this with my own eyes on Amazon and other platforms on the internet. Remember, Charlie Kirk died on September 10th, right? How the fuck was there a book published about the death of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University on September 9th? This is real, okay?
Well, that's a little
I was in D.C. when I literally heard about this, looked it up myself. Okay, this is not AI, that is real. How do you have a book written about the death of Charlie Kirk? So this is why, again, maybe these days I'm a little bit more, I don't know, because because historically speaking, fascists will murder people to get their way.
Man, I'm trying to reconcile that one.
Right. So I think people need to understand, if you're going to call Donald Trump a fascist, you cannot put it past him to do something like this, because, again, historically speaking, fascists will murder people to do just to get their way. Okay? I need people to understand that. That's maybe why I think maybe my opinions might be a little bit extreme. But going back to, talk about Kash Patel, who apparently didn't even know that they caught the guy. How is that even possible? He shows up like, let me do the eyes. Yeah, we're gonna
the Kash Patel
victim you know what I mean?
Oh.
The guy's already in the hospital.
Also, that the video, there was video of him like while they were trying to talk about all this, and he looks so stoned. He's just like,
yeah, he's I would be surprised. Like if that guy pissed in a cup, him and Don Jr., they pissed in a cup, the cup would melt. But here, just tell me this doesn't sound so scripted. This is Kash Patel, but then this is also the chief of police. I can't remember. There's so many different. There's so many different types of cops in DC. There's like Park Police.
Yeah, there's a
City
lot
Police,
of them.
right? Capitol Police. So anyway, but this just tell me if this just doesn't sound scripted to you.
We will work together collaboratively because this is a matter of.
Hold on. Did he say collaboratively? I'm sorry, you're muted, Mike. You're muted. Sorry, I stopped the video too fast. But he
No,
literally
I was
said
saying, what word was that? 'Cause as soon as he said that, you stopped the
What
video,
is
and I
that?
just laughed. Like, what the fuck?
All right, let's try it again. Try it again.
We will work together collaboratively because this is a matter of national security, because it's a matter of pride.
Collaboratively.
President Trump has been informed. We've been in contact with the White House. We will shortchange the American public with no resources to make sure we find and safeguard our nation's capital right here in Washington, D.C., and
He's
bring
wearing a
anyone
hat that
responsible
says
for this
FBI
heinous
on
act
it,
of
man.
violence
Come on.
to justice.
At approximately 2:15 this afternoon, members of the D.C. National Guard were on high visibility patrols in the area of 17th and I Street Northwest when a suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm, and discharged it at the National Guard members. The National Guard members, there were other members that were in the area. They were able to, after some back and forth, able to subdue the individual and bring him
Maybe
into
his stash
custody.
was low.
Within moments, members of law enforcement in the area were also able to assist and bring that individual into custody. At this time, as the director mentioned, the National Guard members are being treated at a local hospital. DC Fire and EMS responded to the scene to provide first aid for those individuals and transport them to a local hospital. The suspect in this case was also transported for treatment at a local hospital.
All right. Anyway, but they're blaming it all on, of course, Joe Biden, which is
But-
hilarious.
So you have the video of Trump responding to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
can play that.
'cause- Yeah, because let's just face it, he can't even pretend he knows how to play the game anymore. He's such jelly-brained. He doesn't know how to stay coherent between the morning and the night. And
Right.
and there's footage of him just dancing the night away on Thanksgiving after pretending to give a shit that morning about someone who died for his political theater.
Right, right. They made it, turned it into, they politicized the whole thing. But then he was asked if he's going to attend the funeral, and this is his response.
Do you plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. You know, I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of any president anywhere.
What the
And
fuck
it's,
does that
you know,
have to
these are
do with the
great people.
person
I
that
love
just
the people
died?
of West Virginia. I love the people of our country, but I haven't given it any thought. But it sounds like something I could do. Yeah.
I haven't given it any
So
thought.
in his mind, I love West Virginia because they voted for me.
Right, that's
So
what's
that's
that?
why I love them. But I love all Americans, but I love West Virginia because they voted for me specifically. But I haven't really thought about going to her funeral.
that's crazy. work.
But since you asked about this person's funeral that I put in harm's way for political theater, I just
Right.
want you to know that
Right.
I won that state when I got elected president.
Right. Just remember now that a judge ordered said that the troops being in DC was illegal. Okay, so they should not even have been there. So if you want to blame anybody for this situation, blame Donald Trump, because these troops should never have been on the fucking streets to begin with. You know what I'm saying? They want to point fingers at everybody else, like Joe Biden, blah, blah, blah. No, you're the one that
Jeremy.
put these people in harm's way. What?
You're not ready for what I'm about to just put on screen.
Oh, no. God, what happened? Yeah.
Wow, I never put
wow.
that together. That's good. Bobble.
There's videos of him like always snorting. He's like,
Oh man.
yeah, we're being led by the most idiotic people possible. So again, they're trying to blame Joe Biden. Of course, we've always joked, like we joked around. I think as soon as Donald Trump took office, we were like, how long is he going to be blaming Joe Biden for stuff?
Well,
Apparently,
it's been about a year so far.
it's been
So,
almost a year, and they're still blaming Joe Biden.
man, you know what's going to happen? They're going to somehow blame losing the midterms in huge fashion on Joe Biden.
Right. And
He won.
again, remember, Joe Biden had nothing to do with the war in Afghanistan. He came in at the tail end of it.
Yeah, I'd like
So
to
it
point
was
out
all the
again,
previous presidents that we should be.
even though I said this already, the Afghan withdrawal was already agreed upon by the Trump administration. Joe Biden had no say in how it was handled because it was already negotiated.
Right.
He followed the timeline and the manner of exit that was
Mhm.
prescribed in the deal.
Yeah.
But somehow Joe Biden took everyone out of Afghanistan too quick, and it caused problems. That was Joe Biden somehow.
Right. Let's not forget. Somehow, I feel like the leaders of the Taliban did Donald Trump dirty because let's not forget he brought the leaders of the Taliban to Camp David
Yep.
one time.
Yep. Yeah, he
Okay,
did.
that's crazy. It's supposed terror organization to Camp. David.
Well, it tracks since he brought Al Qaeda to the White House.
He did,
And he brought the guy who slaughtered an
from
American
Saudi Arabia,
journalist
yeah.
to the White House.
Yeah,
So
MBS.
Donald Trump has moved from cozying up with dictators to now cozying up to terrorists. Straight up, Donald Trump is devolving. His association with evil, shitty men is going even worse. He went from just dictators to now literally becoming pals and having them in the White House.
I think about it,
Terrorists,
we got
actual
Russia,
anti-American terrorists.
We got Russia, Israel, who's obviously not our friend,
Yeah, well.
Qatar, Syria, and now Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
I mean, for crying out loud. And we've alienated all our actual allies.
I'm telling you,
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
what's on my bingo card is him having Kim Jong-un here. I'm telling you, he's going to have
I would not be
Kim
surprised.
Jong-un in the White House. You mark
I
my
would not
words.
be
He's going to have him when they open the ballroom. That's going to be one of the first people that a dignitary is. He's going to have a
shit's sake.
dictator meeting. I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right. So when it started to come out, the stories came out about how the CIA I mean, the CIA knows everything about you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so you can't tell me there was no vetting involved. Get the fuck out of here. They knew everything about this person. Apparently, he was a recruiter from a very young age, too. So, but here's FBI leader Crack Patel blaming Joe Biden.
And as the judge said, this individual is in this country for one reason and one reason alone, because of the disastrous withdrawal from the Biden administration and the failure to vet anyway, in any way, shape, or form. This individual and
that's not
countless
true.
others, and this administration has taken the rightful step to stop any further allowance of people with this similar background into the country, and we're thankful for that. And as I said, this investigation remains ongoing, and I think I'll turn it over to General Blanchard of the National Guard now.
You know how you know that's bullshit? Because instead of addressing the current situation, they're like, well, this only happened because of the previous guy.
I know. Take some responsibility, man. It's crazy, but it's not even just him. Here's Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, I can't stand this lady. I can't stand her. She's
Janine
like
Pirro.
nonstop trying to get a photo op. But here she is again blaming Joe Biden, and they're ramping up the Islamophobia because that's what the right wing plus Israel want you to believe. They want you to believe that all people, all Muslims are bad. They're all evil. They're all terrorists, and we should be afraid of them. Right. Anyway, but here she is talking about it.
I want to be very clear about this because his asylum was approved in April of this year on the Trump administration's watch. So just to be very clear, was there a vetting process in place to approve that asylum request?
Yeah, the vetting process all happened under Joe Biden's administration.
But was he vetted when he was granted
what
asylum?
So broken,
Are you
is that
saying he
they
wasn't
didn't.
vetted when he was granted asylum?
Vetting is happening when they come into the country, and that was completely abandoned under Joe Biden's administration. That's the irresponsibility that has completely devastated our country, Kristen, put us in such a dangerous position. I don't think people realized when Joe Biden was in the White House exactly how he was allowing our country to be infiltrated with people that we didn't know who they were, some of them.
So I'd like to point out at that moment where Kristi Noem just was doubling down saying Joe Biden didn't vet this. She is ignoring the fact of which she was asked, she was presented with, your administration approved that asylum. And what Kristi Noem is saying is Joe Biden fucked it up, but we who have always said Joe Biden fucked everything up didn't do our own process. So she's saying we couldn't have done anything because it was already done before us, but we'll make sure now to do a better job. So that means what they're saying is any future false flags, any future incidents that may happen, they're washing their hands of.
Right. It's incredible, right? It's incredible. The stuff they're putting out there is truly astounding. I'm going to show you another clip real quick, and I want to show you Donald Trump, how he's talking to reporters when they call him out on this whole thing being, under his administration. The guy was approved for asylum this year, and you're saying that no vetting was done and you still approved him? He gets really pissed off. But before that, because this one's fucking funny, before that, Caroline Leavitt is now saying that Tulsi Gabbard has provided her with information that Obama was involved in a conspiracy to somehow subvert the 2016 election, which, again, he was not part of. He could not have won or lost that election. But somehow they have information now that Obama was trying to sabotage Donald Trump's election in 2016. Like, if you believe this.
So wait a minute. They're trying to now win over some support by pretending that Obama was trying to interfere with an election that Donald Trump won, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Right. What are we even talking about here? Why?
Because they want to get Obama for something. They want to see Obama in handcuffs so bad. They want to see another black man in handcuffs so bad that they're willing to just do anything and say anything.
Like, I guess because it's coming out of the White House, it's not defamation, but like accusing people of something like this on the national stage for one of the most powerful positions in the White House. I mean, Caroline Leavitt has a lot of power. She's the one that manipulates the press and goes out and just lies flawlessly. It's actually quite amazing.
She has no morality in her.
Nothing. Like, stop wearing that cross. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
One day it'll melt right off her.
No shit. I'm surprised it doesn't burn her skin when it gets close to it. But anyway, here she's talking about this grand conspiracy.
Another matter, over the past few days, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has unveiled shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people. While publicly pretending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, in private, former President Obama went to great and nefarious lengths to try to sow discord among the public and sabotage his successor, President Trump. The new evidence released by the Director of National Intelligence, who is here with me today, confirms that the Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump in an effort to try to delegitimize his victory before he even took the oath of office.
All right, okay, so Obama was so upset that he completed his second term and got to go and chill the rest of his life that he tried to sabotage Trump's campaign, even though Trump won. I mean, technically, he didn't win the popular vote.
That's true. He didn't actually win the only vote that should matter.
I know, right?
People it's funny because I continue to say that America refuses to vote for a woman president. Even Kamala Harris has said America refuses to vote for a woman president, and we have to remember that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. America physically, willfully chose a woman president over Donald Trump.
Obviously, men have had 250 years to figure this shit out. We obviously suck at it.
We just keep fucking it up.
Right. How is having a woman leader possibly worse than what?
Well, Jeremy, they're too emotional. Don't you understand?
Bro, Donald Trump gets triggered by a tweet or somebody like edits a video incorrectly. He sues them for billions.
You know what someone should start doing? You know what someone should start doing? This would be fucking brilliant. You take old Trump tweets, right? About holding presidents accountable. Stuff that people are always like, oh, it's ironic that Trump said this about Obama when, and now it's true about him. You copy and paste it on and say that like Obama said it or Biden said it and have him comment on it and then be like, no, Dick, that was your tweet.
Right. Man, this guy. But we will endure somehow. I'm starting to feel a lot more hopeful. Just seeing thousands of people in the streets and seeing videos like people, protesting against ICE in New York City and LA, James out there doing his thing. People are standing up. It's not being publicized like it should, which is kind of where Mike and I wanted to come in. We just wanted to be the ones that bring it to you. We've had so many technical issues along the way. We really don't know what the fuck we're doing. I mean, we do now, but it's been a learning curve. Let me tell you, a couple guys in their 40s. Yeah, it's been an adventure. So hopefully next year we're able to travel more of the United States and show you even bigger events. So, yeah. All right, man. One more video, and then we'll get out of here. So here is Trump being questioned about this entire thing, about the guy being vetted by the CIA, blah, blah, blah. And he just lashes out at the reporter. And imagine if Biden did this, they'd be like, oh, my God, we got to impeach him right away. Or Obama, or anybody. But why does Trump get a pass on all this stuff? Just watch this.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here. And you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
I would have just said, fuck you, buddy.
There's a law passed,
fuck
it's
you,
almost
bro. Here's my
impossible not
credentials.
to get them out.
Dick.
You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and
That
they were
doesn't
unvetted,
make
they were
sense.
unchecked. There were many of them.
Isn't
and they
that
came
called
in on big
deportation?
planes,
Yes.
And it was disgraceful. And
They came
if
in
you
on
look,
big
you see
planes.
there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in.
It was a law
not
passed
to
that Republicans
certify them,
passed
so to speak,
when he was president.
Once they come in, and they came in, and
That
they
he
shouldn't have
signed.
come in. And frankly, the whole thing
He's
was
not
a
even
mess. The
saying
whole
anything, man.
Afghanistan situation was a mess.
He came in, and then they came in. But
You know what?
Then he starts talking about Bagram. He
Katz
has a
made a
hard on for
great-
Bagram Air Base because it's right next to China.
Katz
He
made
really-
a great observation. He acts like an abusive spouse.
He really does. I mean,
He
probably is
he
one.
reacts towards women the way he treats women. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, I'm sure if Melania was around at all, he would probably beat the shit out of her. But,
Allegedly.
yeah, please, they don't even sleep in the same bedroom, man. That woman can't stand that dude.
He demolished her office.
I know, right? I mean, we got to give her credit. Going from mail order bride to first lady is a pretty impressive come
I would
up
do
in
that.
life.
I'll do that.
Anyway, allegedly for legal purposes.
Yeah, Whatever.
So anyway, we have another show tomorrow with James. We're doing another episode of the Derp State, talking about some of the most ridiculous things that are going on throughout the week. And then Tuesday, we're having Liz back on because Mike informed me that they're going to be piecing out the Department of Education to places like the Department of Labor.
That's so
Which
fucked.
makes no fucking sense
So fucked.
whatsoever. So we're going to have Liz back on. We're planning a show with her from Stop Moms for Liberty on Tuesday. Both of those are at 9 p.m. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. We need the help on YouTube desperately to break through this stupid algorithm.
Oh, hell, the
But we're
algorithm.
trying. And we've come a long way, guys. It's only been 2 years since Mike and I started this adventure. And it literally was, the idea was a couple of nobodies just talking shit, trying to keep it as real as possible and see how far we can take it. And I'm actually really happy with how far we've come.
I am too.
But
I think we could take it further, and it's going to be because
Definitely.
of everyone who has shown us amazing support.
Yeah, you guys have shown us so much love over the last 2 years. When we wanted to give up, you guys have kept us going. And it's been amazing. It's been the time of my life, the last year, especially being on the road a lot. Because before this past year, I barely left my hometown. And this year, I think I went on like 16 or 17 road trips already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, it's been awesome, guys. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Mike's got a life, so he's got to get out of here. I can talk forever.
I do have to get out of here.
It's okay. So it's good. Thank you all for the support. We love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I hope you have